Hello gamers, it's been a few days, which is fantastic because I got to play some runs as the Silent while I was on the bike. We're going on to Ascension level 2. So I've gotten my feet wet, I've reminded myself of what I like in the game. I've been running some very nice discard decks. There's just something very satisfying about taking like, you get a couple dagger throws early, then you start to add cards that give you like a kicker if you discard them or if you've discarded this turn. And before you know it, you're like, wait, it's like encounter 7 and I just did 30 damage in a single turn? The Ironclad could never, unless he got Bludgeon early, which happens from time to time. I'm a simple man. You give me an Alchemize and I'm happy to be here, man. I'm very happy to be here. I love getting at least one upgrade before an elite fight, and that may be apt, it may be silly, but that's what we're gonna do. Skill Potion, fantastic. I'm a big Alchemize guy, man. I think you can fit it into, like, basically any deck. Can I also say something that at least it's low Ascension, and I'm coming from high Ascension Ironclad, so I might be a little biased. Just that one single Neutralize in the Silent deck makes it so much easier to not take a little bit of damage on the first few encounters. Again, we're very early, it's only Ascension 2, but still. I'll take a leg sweep. We need some form of damage. Ideally, sure, I'll cut a defend. That's, you know, probably the EV on that is plus like a quarter point of damage per turn, but we'll take that. I'm gonna go crazy, man. I'm gonna use a Flex Potion here. We need something to make up for the gulf between the damage I want to be doing and the damage I'm actually doing. And I mean, we could easily get 3 potions in our next fight anyway. Let's go 2 of these and a Survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna work harder. I really don't want to take Masterful Stab, to be honest with you, just because it can die as a card so quickly. I'll take a Flying Knee. I'm not exactly over the moon about it, but that's okay. About an Alchemize and 2 Defends. I think we can... Again, it's Ascension 2, but I think we can afford to kind of slow play it. A little bit. Oh, Legolack. You know what I'm talking about, Jasper County? Yeah, you do. You definitely do. 6 damage. Let's do that. Just keep you weak. I treat the louse like I treat the feds. Feed them weak and keep them in the dark. Mark Wahlberg. The Departed. Hold it. I'll take a quick slash. We need some attacks, man. Like, this is... I really thought that we were going to be able to kind of force a discard build, but... It's okay, I'm not sweating it either way. I'm just a little surprised is all. Let me pop a Duplication Potion. Like, you're honestly not that bad. We have an Alchemize coming up anyway. I think, like, when we don't have necessarily the cards that we want... Whoops. Instead, having a potion to, like, bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be is... It's quite nice, man. It's quite nice. Now that kind of stings, but you know what? Let's pop a Skill Potion. I would happily take a free backflip. And then we'll just run a Flying Knee into the next turn. I'd rather be on full HP because we don't have any Burning Blood. Obviously, but, you know, in case you were wondering, like, NL used to be okay taking damage. Well, different characters, you know, they got different constraints. How about a good attack? That's an attack. Is it good? Yeah, I think it is. I don't know, though. I haven't really been rocking with it, but against a single target, I'm a very happy man, I suppose. You know what? I'm a silly man. We should be using that Vulnerable Potion earlier, obviously. Perfect draw, though. A Dagger Spray. I actually really like. I like Footwork a lot, too, but again, I still think we kind of need the damage. But we gotta... I think, considering it's like Encounter 9, that's very great too, in my opinion. I think we got a pretty good thing going on here. You know, our only problem was that we basically took Miscellaneous and Defense cards early, because those were like the best cards available, but now I think we got a certain je ne sais quoi. Here's where things get interesting. I think Predator is a pretty good card, but we suffer, if we don't draw Skewer early, we have a lack of front-loaded damage. So I like adding like 1 backstab to the deck. And I would happily take 4 extra damage turn 1. This is a little bit different than what I've been rocking recently. I have to imagine Flechettes is like 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 16 damage. And a little bit more playable than Riddle with Holes long term. So let's ice you, pop an Alchemize. Ice you. And I mean, this is what you want to see, right? Like turn 1, kill all the enemies. I like to have a footwork for later, so why not take 1 now? And honestly, I'd be thrilled to fight the monster, bro. I searched all his belongings without a hitch. I'm going to be 100% straight up with you. I wasn't aware that was a thing you could actually do. Really? I'm not going to say it's never happened to me before, but I usually get scared and leave before that becomes like a serious possibility, I suppose. Okay, definitely pop the potion. You don't have to play the potion this turn. You could save. You're probably going to get a potion when you beat this fight anyway, but if anything, if I'm being 100% straight up with you, I feel like we could throw away an explosive potion and not cry about it at all. And, I mean, I could take 13 damage, but I could also just use this and kill you instead and maybe go into a 1 potion deficit relative to where we thought we would be, but feel pretty good about it. Let me think about this. I can't resist, by the way. It's not an ad. Throat was feeling a little sore this morning. Canada Dry Cranberry Ginger Ale, 0 sugar. Limited offer. It's the black can, no disrespect. It's not available. I got it from London Drugs, so I don't think it's one of those things you need to go to like a Whole Foods for. 0 sugar, 5 calories per can. It's an interesting thing. Those 5 calories, they mean a lot in terms of flavor, man. Where does it come from? I'm not sure I should be drinking this, man. One of the ingredients is Brilliant Blue FCF. At least pour it into a glass so I can see the color. I'm drinking the food coloring straight out of the can. That's frightening. Oh, you know what? 'Tis the season, though. Give me distraction. It's just I don't even know if it's great. Give me that too. But it is we need some skills. We got good attacks, now we need some skills. I was thinking about popping it. Like this might actually be one of the less good fights for us. Because we have no scaling whatsoever. But we do also, I mean, I guess I wouldn't say that we like hard counter the boss, but in fact, I wouldn't say that at all. I don't know why that would be the case. It is nice to make the boss weak, like, pretty much for an indeterminable length, but, like, at the same time, we're gonna... Well, I don't know, whatever. It's Ascension 2. I'm talking, like, Ascension 20. It's Ascension 2. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Should definitely just do that. I mean, in all this time I've been jawing, you're half dead and we've taken 0 damage, so I think that everything's going pretty okay. We could probably speed it up a little bit, but there may not be a need to speed it up a little bit. We got Nunchuck on this turn, which means a Neutralize takes us to 4 energy. This will only do 40 damage, which means we take 12. I'm gonna be like a slight coward, I guess. You know what would actually hit nicely on this run? Now that we've got good attacks, but we struggle to get, like, amazing damage total. Terror, which is a 1-cost card. Oh, let's try this. My bad. And you're not weak anymore. What happened, man? It's a 1-cost card that applies 99 vulnerability. Would certainly hit the spot. Definitely could have struck you there as well. I could also start doing the math, but, you know, some things are beyond the pale for a guy like me. Okay, 38 damage. We need to do like 29 damage, 25 damage this turn. It will happen. It will happen. Trust the process. Okay. Let me think about this for a moment. The brilliant blue FCF is starting to get into my brain. I'm starting to make some good decisions. A burst alchemize is very interesting. Burst distraction could be good. Burst leg sweep could be good. Tools of the trade is just great because you cycle. Like you get deck filtering. You may never have to play a basic strike or defend again, depending on how it goes. And then Nightmare is like the high skill card. Like a high skill floor and an outrageously high skill ceiling. Basically uses your whole turn, but it gives you 3 copies of a card next to it. So you could, in theory, get 3 potions, which would be absurd if you could get like a toy ornithopter or something going on. And if you got energy as well, you could at least do something on the turn in which you use it, but I don't know, man. I feel like Burst is kind of like the value play. I'm a big energy guy, but I do feel like we need cards. So Busted Crown is kind of tough for a guy like me. And like Transform all strikes and defends. I think it's good, but I just like... If I'm being real with you, I always remember... Like, I'm not necessarily trending towards the optimum. I'm trending towards like, I would like to win, but I also want to have fun. And I think Pandora's Box is... It's crazy and not even crazy in a bad way. But it adds a little, like, mental overhead onto the game, for sure. Which, you know, it can be good or bad. But right now, I'm like... I feel like I'm more likely to take Pandora's Box in a situation where I'm like, we barely beat the first boss and our run is cooked. If our run is not cooked, then I would rather just kind of like build it incrementally. I'll try it. Well, it's free, so... I would rather build it incrementally than take a Hail Mary every time. So I do like a dagger throw. We're getting... If I may be so bold, I feel like we sort of have too many, like, B and C level cards when we could really use a couple more A and S level cards. Not to be rude. How nice is it, though, to be fighting, birds that get knocked over in 3 hits instead of 4 hits. It like completely changes the way you play the game. I'm gonna knock you, man. I'm gonna knock you down and make you closer to death. And then don't all attack. In fact, almost none of them are attacking. Absolutely beautiful. We can get one close enough to kill with like a fire potion. Dude, having these potions around is gonna be insane too. Like, dump it. It's crazy! And we could just knock you over. And you're not like Queen Poppy from Trolls, man. When I knock you over, you won't get back up again. I've been hanging out with my kid a lot this weekend, as parents tend to, I suppose. No, it's not. Let's think about what we need. What do we need to take this run from a B- to an A-? We have a lot of attacks. We have a few attacks that hit multiple times. So, like an Envenom, unblocked attacks do 1 poison damage per hit. That works with Skewer, it works with Dagger Spray. It doesn't have to become a poison build, just using that to purge artifacts and deal some cumulative damage. It gives you some scaling. And apart from that, like, I mean, Toy Ornithopter would punch, or would plaster over a lot of holes that we got going on right here, because we could heal for, like, a ton every single fight. We could double Skewer. I don't think it's necessary. We already have 10 block. Let me start here. You know what? Now you've sold me. A double Skewer is beautiful. And I would love to get like a burst alchemize going, because me personally, there's like a tier list for the potion quality. And right now, on hallway fights on the 2nd floor, I'm not necessarily like a huge believer in the weak potion. Better on a big boss for sure. So So I would dump that and pop a Burst Alchemize. Of course, you could get something like even worse, but it looks like this fight's going to end before we have a chance. Now, you know what? Sometimes you get Snecko Oil, which is a potion I'm also not really messing with. But that's okay. I would dump it for a Swift Potion. Hold the Tailor. The Noxious Fumes is... It's great. I think I used to think of it as like, oh... You can build up poison slowly, which is nice, but really it's just great. After you play it, like, if you have a wide fight and they all have artifact, the artifact goes fast. But I don't think it really does anything else for us. But it is worth noting, we have like no other way to purge artifact, except for like waiting for neutralize to come around twice. So, I think it's a good pickup. It's not really what I'm looking for, but it beats a strike. Let's double the efficacy of Burst. I still feel like this run is okay, but it's gonna struggle on bosses if we don't get something going quickly. And I'll be straight up with you. I'd rather just play a Skewer than get Noxious Fumes out there. It's gonna take a long time to add up to the amount of damage we'd be giving up by not playing the Skewer. But, like, it's Ascension 2, we're still learning, and, like, on hallway fights, everything is going just fine, as you can probably tell. So, I mean, we could burst Blade Dance. We didn't get anything that gives us the ability to gain block. Let me see what we got here. A burst... You could do this, this is fine, man. You burst Defend, then you get burst Blade Dance, and our hand, I was just gonna say, is probably full. We did get an energy back that we can't use, but still, it's the thought that counts, maybe. And a 0-cost burst, or I could just kill you. I'm just gonna kill you instead. I'm not gonna take the second Skewer, and I did think about it. I think 1 is fine, man. Let's make Distraction cost 0. It's gonna work better with Burst. And I think maybe we want to try to fight both elites because we took Black Star. I mean, let's enjoy it while we got it on Ascension, basically Ascension 0. It's never gonna be more likely to do like a good elite farming run than this. Oh, you're not, well, I was gonna say you may attack next turn. You probably will attack next turn. Because you're going to have the tempo, so I will take the time to weaken you. Let's get a colorless potion. I do feel like Panache on this very turn will help us. And that's disgusting. In a good way. In the best way possible. We're going to want a block potion. Let's also weaken you, even though you might die anyway, but that allows us to pop the Entropic Brew. I think we need to play 2 more cards. How much damage does this do? Panache does 10. It's kind of amazing. I was just gonna say, we may get 1 more pop of Panache. In fact, we will get 1 more pop of Panache. We take a little bit of damage, but that was like... That Burst Alchemize, look at the tempo that gave us, man. Like, we basically own you now. If we have to use a fire potion, I wouldn't mind. But I was hoping we wouldn't have to. Wait, can I even... I don't even know if I can kill you. I don't think I could have killed you. So we take 7. Taking 7 isn't that bad. We have a regen potion, like, in our pocket, man. He's gonna die, okay? Just give him a second. There we go. And, you know, I don't really care what you discard there. I guess we could have played 2 fire potions. It probably would have been the right choice if we get a potion here, which we didn't, but still. Okay, we need Terror. It was suggested and now guaranteed. You can be a little tedious. Let's get a regen potion going early. Crippling Cloud, very nice. So something is becoming abundantly clear. We should have played Dagger Spray first. Now, the other thing that's becoming abundantly clear is we need more defense in the deck because we're not drawing the defense we have reliably on turn 1. I didn't mean to kill you. I actually wanted to heal more. So it's actually... I know you're the one that's dying, but it's actually bad for me that you died. So if you could apologize, that would be great. We're not really a discard deck. We're not really an anything deck, man. Our deck is just kind of like decent cards. And it's working right now, and it may continue to work on this run, but I am cognizant of the fact that it probably won't work forever as Ascensions get higher. But the great news is they're not higher right now. So what do we care? No defense. That's what hurts, man. That's what really hurts. We need to pop a Ghost in the Jar. Next turn, we'll just kill you. We shouldn't have to use the Fire Potion, I hope. Should be fine. It's crazy. Like, my memory's a little fuzzy on this stuff. I don't remember being in love with Alchemize as a card. Now, I'm not saying I use potions 100% effectively now. But I think, like, I may have been even stupider with them before. Like, now I'm like, why 0 cost 1 to 2 potions per combat? Like, even without a Toy Ornithopter or anything, or the Sacred Bark, like, that's crazy, man. That's like 1 free attack that you can discover, 1 free skill that you can discover, 20 free damage. Not 23 damage, 20 free damage. It's big, man. Like Tom Hanks in that one movie. Forrest Gump, like he was famous. Okay, we don't have an energy relic. Make your cards cheaper. I can't afford to take Jax because we would then have to rest at every campfire, but 2 transforms is pretty good. I would love if you became like 2 pretty good defends, which is essentially precisely what just took place. And you know what? Let's make leg sweep a little bit better. So we do want to play, if the fight's going to be long, we want to play Noxious, if we can get it. Let's start. Honestly, we don't want to see this. These ones we don't necessarily care for. We want to see Noxious Fumes and a Burst. Burst is good enough, man. So let's Burst and Alchemize. Dagger Throw to look for Noxious. Did not get it. We can still play Footwork and Backstab. And then, like, we need Noxious out there so we can then put Terror on top of you. Have we played we did play an attack this turn, huh? I don't remember what it was. Hopefully it was good. Let me see what we got in our bucket here. I don't really want to burst. This is okay. Maybe we could pop a Blessing of the Forge. You might as well keep the skewer around to increment Nunchuck, but it's pretty minor, I think. Escape plan, it doesn't even matter that you stole it. Okay, so we're going to start to purge this, which is very, very valuable. Let's knock you out. That actually, like, basically could not have gone better. And I think it was well worth a potion. And Liquid Memories is a great potion. I'm worried about the next floor, but obviously I'm more worried about, like, just surviving right now. 2 turns of holding your block is pretty nice. I said block, by the way. Don't demonetize me, ChatGPT. Now Terror owns you, little bro. And we can skewer because we have Nunchuck. Knock you out. Doesn't really matter what escape plan draws. Now, the Noxious Fumes damage is, like, very... who cares? But taking 10 damage on a 51 damage attack is very nice, and the Terror is going to give us some serious value. Good. Look at what we were able to do there, man. I would like to weaken you probably more than just carrying... I guess it would be 16 block, but still. Alright, let me take a look at you. Probably just... well, yeah, probably just that. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe Dagger Spray would have done, like, a little bit more damage. There's no path to victory for the Bronze Automaton, though. There's nothing for you here. Basically what I'm saying is egg owns you, little bro, even if it is insanely slow. And I'm telling you, buddy, I'm telling you. You may not be ready for the lesson here, but I'm telling you. In Venom, and this is a done deal. And a much faster done deal than it has been so far. Because it is a little slow. But I think that the calculus is in our favor right now. Let's see what you got. We really don't need Wraith Form on this build, I think. Grand Finale, I am not confident in my ability to play. Malaise, I think Malaise is a pretty good card. And if you fight a large single boss, or elite, you're pretty happy to have it for this permanent strength loss, so... It's not what I was looking for, but it's okay. Honestly, I think we would be silly if we didn't take Sacred Bark, given that we've been, like, potions have been the central theme of the run. And I'm not a big Sacred Bark guy, so I'm happy to have the opportunity to give it a shot, man. So it's definitely Burst, Alchemize. Sure, not necessarily the potions I'm looking for, but ain't the end of the world. And this could be fun, man. This could be fun. You might as well try to get Letter Opener to work. I do think that, like, it's probably not right to say that we should be cautious. Come on. But we don't... We struggle a little bit with front-loaded damage. So, like, I don't think we should do the one that's, like, 2 of those Orb Walkers for a rare relic. We could probably afford to upgrade all cards and no longer heal, but... I think it's a little higher risk than just owning this dude. Let's put Terror on ya. Bullet time means we can't draw, but there's a plus for every minus, that's for sure. No defense is like psychotic. Are you serious, man? I have defense in the deck. I think this sounds crazy. Bring back Escape Plan. Oh, because we get to bring back 2. Bring back Escape Plan and Defend. Burst Escape Plan first. And it couldn't have gone better. Then we get our potions back anyway. You're now doing no damage to me. It was a bit of a gamble, but we definitely came through smelling pretty nice at the end of that one. But you're in a world of hurt, brother. I really don't think you can do anything to us, but I'm just gonna make you lose your strength regardless. just to make sure, because these fights may take us a while. We might as well make sure that, like, they're not even gonna take the slightest bit of damage off of us. But it is kind of embarrassing how slowly we're killing this build, or killing these enemies, but it's okay. You know, it's as long as they die and we don't take damage, what do we care if it takes us 45 minutes to beat Ascension 2? I mean, I care because, like, my brain, I don't know, just weirdly, like, prioritizes winning the run quickly and playing... I don't even know what word I'd be looking for here. It's a word for, like, spontaneous, but sometimes dangerous. I guess reckless. I prioritize maybe playing a little fast and loose, a little reckless, but why would you care, I guess, is what I'm suggesting, because I'm the one holding the mouse. Ice Cream could be good. Weak Potion, probably better than Snecko, and I just... That's not what we need. Now this... Our boss is you. Okay. Drawing more on turn 1. Extremely nice. Having less basic strikes. Extremely nice. We still need the defense. Would we like to double up on a card? I do feel like a doubled burst. I mean, to be fair, a doubled Alchemize is great. We could, in theory, get 4... You know what? Yeah. If you get burst and 2 Alchemizes on the same turn, that would be funny. And that's the whole driving principle that I have here. Will we see another shop? Yes. Immediately, in fact. Okay. In that case, let's save 361 gold, because I don't really love what the rest of that stuff is. And, Adrenaline would be a nice card for us. Otherwise, I mean, we're probably not going to another shop, so credit card is probably a little too late. But I think we made some good shit. Adrenaline is nice. We don't have an energy relic. We could have dug for loot, but we still want to upgrade cards. I know I said we don't want to do this, but that... I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, man? I gotta give it a try, right? Let's distraction first. Blur, escape plan. We're really hoping to draw burst. That's not gonna happen. And that's actually totally fine. We used Akabeko neutralize, which is an interesting idea. We don't have many more attacks. Let's drink the strength potion instead of the flex then. And it doesn't help us out too much. I'm gonna drink the flex potion as well. And then play this, and like one more skill gets you letter opener and a kill. So we're definitely gonna own you, but it cost me one potion, and for some reason that feels bad. I don't know what it says about me that's like... I feel like losing a potion was like, we screwed up. But, no big deal. What's our relic? Prayer wheel. Little late, but not necessarily bad. Prepared is... well, prepared plus especially is good, man. I mean, there's no reason not to add it, I guess. You draw two, discard two. You just typically want to play it early-ish on your turn. So again, it's kind of the same deal. We want to draw... like a... actually, maybe we don't want to draw burst on this turn. Can we discard it? Possibly, but possibly not. Should really be looking for the dagger throw early, too. Because of, Akabeko, but... okay, really good first turn, I think. Not much to complain about. A burst adrenaline is kind of a give-me. And then we hope to get like an alchemize, which is exactly what happened. And then you can... I don't know if we get made weak. I guess we do, so let's pop an ancient potion. Then alchemize gives us two beautiful ones. You could bring back a burst, but... I right now, I don't know what we'd bring back. Let's just start with, like, doing some damage here. Like, dump, flying knee. Put terror on you. Play prepared. Dump those. Hang on, there's a whole methodology here. Then you get to bring back two cards with this. And they'll be free. So I mean, a burst leg sweep puts you in a real tight spot. You gotta admit, it's a pretty interesting build, man. Like, I've never really... well, maybe never is kind of an exaggeration, but I very rarely, like, used potions as kind of one of the driving engines of the build. Usually I just hang on to them far too long. And then maybe even, like, die with them in my hand and go, what the heck? Crazy play, man. Crazy play. Dump the blur so we can burst escape plan. That is not what you want to see. We have an artifact, so let's play panic button. 2 panic buttons? That won't be necessary. One panic button is fine. Oh, but it plays twice. Don't attack this turn. Okay, we got kind of lucky on that one, maybe. I really do need to kill you next turn, though, man, because, like, I wouldn't say we got problems, but, like, we weren't able to... oh, no, maybe we were able to put back block there. I could see a dodge and roll working. We said we needed defense. Let's put our money where our mouth is. And, of course, I'm thrilled to see White Beast statue, man. It's just... it means we can really... in all likelihood, we could probably use 3 potions per encounter. And feel, like, totally fine about it. So, sure, let's weaken you. And... use an energy potion. Burst. Adrenaline first, I guess. Never mind. Alchemize gives us 2 more. We played like 17 cards. And haven't even lost... in fact, we've gained 7 energy out of it. So, I mean, there's some gimmies. How much does this do? 39 damage? 18 damage 10 times is pretty tempting. I guess there's no reason not to put that on you first. Yeah, man, I think I'd probably do 28 damage 10 times on the first turn. That's pretty solid. Now we know we're gonna get a potion at the end of combat anyway. So like, to use an extra potion would be smart. Now we gotta find like the right time to use it. If there, I mean, none of these potions are that like relevant for us, but I think. If anything, man, I mean, I feel like I can sort of hit you with a general malaise. But maybe I should just be saving energy with ice cream to use with skewer next time we get it. Like, that might be much more sensible. In which case, it sounds crazy, but dump this garbage. We'll try to cycle through the deck real quick. So give me like a burst blur. We'll get 2 turns of holding our block, so I will spend energy playing the other block. And you are, like, slowly getting worked by the poison. But I'm really just waiting for, like, a skewer to show up. It's perfect. 26 damage. Hit ya. Roll it over. I'm not taking damage. I would like to draw 1. I was hoping it wouldn't be skewer. Now, next turn, we want to play like a 4 energy or a 5 energy skewer, and you're probably dead. 15 damage 5 times. Okay, so I think we made a mistake. We could have figured that out earlier, but that's okay. We don't really need that. Horncleat, Pantograph, and a regen potion. Disgustingly good. I do feel like we still need more block in the deck. We're definitely like more of a block deck than a hit deck. We do damage like slowly, incrementally. It's Awaken 1, right? Awaken 1. Early malaise on an Awaken 1, or like, I don't know, malaise if we've stored up a bunch of energy could go crazy too. I do feel like we're projecting this run as a win for sure though. So let's throw a weakness potion on you, knowing we're gonna get more potions. We can definitely afford to dump basic defense. Distraction in the doppelganger. Interesting idea. Very interesting idea. Or we could play like a pretty big skewer. I think we simmer, man. I think like dump this, play a big doppelganger, and then like increment nunchuck. Let's see how it goes. 7 energy on this turn. Not my favorite use of that, but it makes sense to me to burst alchemize. Probably then pop an explosive potion, get us out in front. Next burst, I mean a huge burst malaise puts you in a horrible spot, man. You're 14 strength down and weak for 25 turns and vulnerable for 98 turns. Oh man, you should see your face. Thank you, Brilliant Blue FCF, for this run. Okay, get out of here. If I'm being 100% oh, you're doing 12 damage. That's more than I thought. I think you save up for like a big skewer. That's what ice cream's here for. I would send it down Main Street. We could have another one coming at some point. 21 damage. Yeah, that's pretty good. We actually should play Noxious just to speed it up. And it's crazy because it does like very little damage, but it's kind of the right play, I think. Another regen potion. Being able to use the regen potions on the boss would be kind of disgusting. Because like, we could in theory start with like 20 regen. We pop both, let's say we get low on HP, pop both potions. We go to 10 times 2 regen. 20 regen, next turn 19, next turn 18. That's 20 times 21 divided by 2, man. That's disgusting. It's like 210 healing over the course of several turns. So, is that what we want? I really don't think it's what we need. as insane as that will probably sound, because we don't tend to take much damage. We'd actually rather have stuff that accelerates our attack. As ridiculous as it sounds. Like, that's, if we can get an ancient potion with this, like, this would be outrageous, man. I would prefer not to take a ton of damage turn 1. 25, you're doing 19, you're doing 32. It takes us to 34. So bizarrely, and I'm just coming up with it at runtime, okay? But bizarrely, I'm like, I actually think these are the wrong potions to be holding long term. Where's my burst, bro? Where's my burst? Malaise is fine, man. I mean, even this is not necessary for us. Malaise is fine, but where's my freaking burst? Like, we've hit the point on this run where we're deliberately throwing away regen potions. Do you know, like, how entitled that makes you? I'm embarrassed to be a part of it, but I'm loving every minute of it, Jerry! I'm loving every minute of it. You gotta go. And I guess we'll take 6 damage, but it's okay, because we have 7 regen coming in. Let's burst backflip. I already know what I'm setting up for, man. I'm gonna be the guy who kills the enemies just from playing letter opener. If that's my legacy, then so be it, I suppose. I mean, you can see the utility of bringing 1 regen potion into the boss fight in case things start to go terribly wrong. You guys gonna... Like, this fight should not be so hard. The spaghetti monster, I get it. What am I doing wrong here? Have I played both alchemizes? Yes. Okay. In that case, burst prepared to draw attacks. And then discard attacks. And then you're dead. Beautiful. Block potion. Better than vulnerability, I think. I know the boss will purge the debuffs, but my dream is, like, by then it won't matter. I definitely don't think we need a backstab or a cloak and dagger. I definitely, like, flechettes I could see, but I'll take it. We will have some turns with draw. Finisher, we tend not to play many attacks is the problem. So I'm being 100% sincere with you. I think regen is, like, our worst potion. So I pop it straight away. Dump some stuff we don't want to see on this turn. Draw to try to get a burst alchemize. Draw to try to get a... Well, 2 alchemizes is hard to ignore. I'm going to try to keep the flex potion, man, because if we can get if we can get an artifact potion, it solves the boss for us, like, instantaneously. And that was still pretty good. Remember, we're going to get a potion from the fight anyway, and then we can have, like, burst... alchemize on the boss fight if we're willing to stall a little bit. Everything's going just fine. It's just it's not giving me the exact potion that I want, so I'm being, like, kind of an a-hole about it. Drew exclusively defends. Okay, in that case, give me my block for next turn as well. We should be saving up for a big skewer. Like, there's nothing else going on. I guess you could always play a blur to just roll the block over forever. Are we still saving up for a big skewer? Why not, man? Why not? There it is. We need to do 35 damage to you. We need to put up 24 block. Dude, what? Maybe Ascension 2 is just too easy. I don't mean to be rude. But I am like, why isn't this run over? You're done. Can you resign? Like, it would be the honorable thing to do to resign, okay? I have you, like, right where I want you, man. There's nothing you could do to stop me. This would be an insane... It's obviously way too late. This would be an insane ritual dagger run, man. Because we kill enemies so slowly, we know their death is coming like 17 turns in advance and have infinite stall potential. So, holy cow, get out of my face. You're basically... I think you might even be a negative. I'm going to discard you. Burst Alchemize. Oh, I drink my milkshake. Not the potions I want to see, but again, we have more opportunities, man. We got more opportunities. I could just kill you with letter opener. And to be fair, the swift potion is actually probably pretty good. So I would like you to be deceased. Is there any way that we can expedite this process? That seems pretty good. Yeah, we're just gonna play any attack next turn or 3 skills. You're the least good. I mean, 12 poison is nothing to sneeze. I mean, throwing 24 poison on the boss when we're so slow is probably like a great way to open the fight, man. Maybe Sacred Bark and Burst Alchemize are doing amazing work. I really appreciate that. So no matter what, you start with this. 24 poison is a crazy start. We really want to see Burst. I'm just going to burn Akabeko. I need the space in hand, honestly, to play Adrenaline. No Burst. I'm willing to take a look for Burst. Without a doubt. I'm still willing to take a look for Burst. Okay, now I'm no longer willing to take a look for Burst. So you know what I'm actually going to do? Believe it or not, man. Believe it or not, I'm going to slow play you. I'm not going to play my Alchemize. The Bursts and the Alchemize, they will show up on the same turn. Our deck is not that thick. Okay, now I'm going to play Burst Alchemize. But we got another Burst Alchemize coming around. Fairy in a Jar. Another poison is nice. We may end up discarding Fairy in a Jar. I can't say that with confidence yet, but I'm going to play my power. Even though he gets stronger, I think, like, I don't think it's a big deal. Let's put it that way. How about this? Can I just kill you? I can kill you, knock you out. Okay, little bit of damage, but fairly inconsequential. Burst? Burst? No burst. No burst. I think a blur is fine. And then well, okay, we got extra energy. My bad. I think we stall for big skewers now. I mean, if everything went... This is probably a ridiculous possibility. But I'm like, if things go perfectly right, couldn't we just save up, like, 30 energy and kill the second form with a single skewer? It will require not spending all our energy every turn, which obviously I haven't been great at. But we get 1 energy refund from Flying Knee, man. Okay, you're cooked. Save your energy. They're going to lose vulnerability next turn, and they're going to lose all that poison that's stacked up. We would love to see Burst. Still no Burst? Let's play the Alchemize, bro. Actually, now the vulnerability is extremely nice. We have blurs, so go ahead and send it. But don't play the dagger spray. So you can use the energy more effectively. 30 damage. A burst leg sweep is nice. You know what? 20 block next turn. Nothing to sneeze at either. We may be in a position where I'm literally just stalling you out for the like net 1 poison per turn from Noxious Fumes to really stick it to you. That's not amazing. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Dump this. Because, like, this, then this is energy back so you can play your defend. Not that we needed it, but I guess it was kind of clever. Okay, but a burst backflip. And then actually burst blur puts you in a position where like you can't really be hurt, and that's extra energy next to it. I mean, it's going to be a slow fight, but I have to be a little bit proud of myself. As ridiculous as it might sound. Holy cow, what a horrible draw. I have to be a little bit proud of myself because I think, like, yes, it's Ascension 2. But obviously, like, we constructed a pretty good run. I was going to say deck, but that may not be the case. But certainly, like, a pretty good run. And the reason I make the distinction is because, like, our cards might be bad, but the way we got potions being, like, the driving force of the run was very interesting. If not necessarily that potent at actually killing enemies in a timely fashion. I think you save the flex potion for like the next skewer you play, and then you probably win. I'm trying to keep it like a little like energy neutral so we can have a big skewer. We got 6 energy. Skewer is not showing up. We're not taking damage though. Let's just roll a little block over to the next turn in case it goes wrong. We got 8 energy. That's 40 extra damage. Or actually, it's 80 extra damage coming from this. Admittedly, we could pop flechettes too, and it may be enough to kill you. Or we could just draw skewer is another alternative, and your life is over, buddy. All right, well, good run. I think it was a good run. It was very slow. I could have used some top-end damage, but very clean at the very least. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. See ya!